All right, it's time now for this week's Burden of Proof. Actress Blake Lively is accusing co-star and director Justin Baldoni of sexual harassment and a smear campaign stemming from their work together on the summer movie It Ends With Us. Baldoni's lawyers tell TMZ the suit was designed to fix what he called Lively's negative reputation, and the claims are, quote, false, outrageous, and intentionally salacious with the intent to publicly hurt.
What happens when a best-selling book adaptation becomes a real-life courtroom drama? Hollywood is buzzing with the fallout from It Ends With Us. Actor-director Justin Baldoni has sued the New York Times for $250 million, claiming they tarnished his name. Add Blake Lively, a leading actress with her own lawsuit, and this story feels ripped from the pages of a thriller. But what's really going on? Let's break it all down. At the heart of this controversy are two Hollywood heavyweights, Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively. Baldoni isn't just another director. He's a man with a reputation for telling heartfelt, transformative stories. Best known for his role in Jane the Virgin and directing 5 Feet Apart, Baldoni's career has been built on empathy and connection. Tasked with adapting Colleen Hoover's It Ends With Us, Baldoni stepped into a project with an enormous fan base, eager to see the best-selling novel brought to life. Then there's Blake Lively, a celebrated actress known for her roles in Gossip Girl and The Age of Adeline. Taking on the role of Lily Bloom, a character steeped in emotional depth and resilience, Lively was set to be the face of this powerful narrative. Her casting initially excited fans, but what followed has overshadowed her performance. The stakes are monumental. Baldoni is suing the New York Times for $250 million, claiming their reporting defamed him and jeopardized his career. Lively has filed her own lawsuit, alleging harassment and retaliation. These lawsuits aren't just personal, they could reshape their careers and reputations. Meanwhile, the stakes for It Ends With Us are just as high. The adaptation of a beloved novel now risks being tarnished by off-screen drama. For fans, the question is, will this movie honor the story they cherish, or will the scandals surrounding it erode its potential? With careers, reputations, and the film's success on the line, the tension couldn't be higher. Blake Lively, one of Hollywood's most respected actresses, has taken a stand in a lawsuit that's as bold as it is disturbing. Known for her poise and professionalism, Lively's allegations against Justin Baldoni have sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry. She claims Baldoni harassed her during the production of It Ends With Us, crossing professional boundaries and creating an environment where she felt unsafe. According to her lawsuit, Baldoni repeatedly entered her personal space without permission and made comments she deemed inappropriate. Lively states that when she voiced her discomfort, her concerns were dismissed. Worse, she alleges that Baldoni retaliated against her, attempting to discredit her both professionally and publicly. Lively has provided text messages and emails as evidence to support her claims. These documents, according to her legal team, reveal a pattern of behavior designed to intimidate and silence her. The emails allegedly show her raising concerns early on, only to be met with what she describes as a calculated effort to undermine her reputation. This isn't just about personal grievances, it's about workplace safety and respect. Lively's decision to speak out has highlighted a broader issue in Hollywood, how power dynamics can create toxic environments. By taking legal action, Lively is challenging not only Baldoni, but also a system that has historically overlooked the experiences of women in the industry. Her lawsuit has sparked discussions on accountability, professionalism, and the importance of creating safe spaces on set, resonating far beyond this one production. The drama deepens as Justin Baldoni steps into the ring, ready to defend his reputation and challenge the accusations levied against him. In response to Blake Lively's shocking allegations, Baldoni is firing back, but his defense is more than just a rebuttal. It's a bold statement of self-defense and a call for justice. Baldoni's $250 million lawsuit against the New York Times reveals his belief that the media has twisted the narrative. The actor-director insists the report mischaracterized his relationship with Lively, creating a distorted version of events that could ruin both his career and his credibility. For Baldoni, this is more than a legal battle. It's a fight to preserve his public image, his reputation as a storyteller, and his future in Hollywood. He claims that the claims of harassment and inappropriate behavior are not only false, but based on selective evidence that paints him in the worst possible light. Baldoni argues that the New York Times failed to include key details that could clear his name. For instance, he points to text messages between him and Lively, which he believes demonstrate a cordial and professional dynamic between them. Baldoni's legal team insists that these interactions were misinterpreted and that any discomfort felt by Lively was a result of misunderstandings rather than malicious intent. But here's where it gets intriguing. The texts Baldoni is using as evidence paint a picture of a man trying to navigate a difficult situation, one in which professional boundaries boundaries were occasionally blurred, but not intentionally. Was there tension on set? Absolutely. But Baldoni maintains that this is far from the toxic work environment Lively claims to have endured. Baldoni's defense also focuses on the broader implications of the lawsuit. He argues that this public dispute has set a dangerous precedent for how people in the entertainment industry can be tried in the court of public opinion without the full story being heard. The damage, Baldoni contends, isn't just personal. It's a warning to anyone in the industry who may face similar media scrutiny. But here's the question. In a world where reputations can be destroyed with a single headline, how much of Baldoni's defense is an effort to restore his name, and how much of it is a critique of the toxic media culture that thrives on sensationalism? The lines blur as the case unfolds, and the tension only heightens as both sides prepare to go head-to-head in court. This is more than just a lawsuit. It's a battle for truth, accountability, and the future of how stories, both on screen and off, are told. In the world of book-to-film adaptations, there's one name that dominates the conversation: Colleen Hoover. Her novel, It Ends With Us, isn't just another bestseller, it's a cultural phenomenon. Fans rallied behind the emotional roller coaster of Lily and Ryle's love story, pushing the book to the top of the charts for months. So, when it was announced that the book was being adapted into a movie, the excitement was palpable. But with that excitement came an undeniable pressure. Could the adaptation possibly live up to the expectations? Colleen Hoover's vision for the film was ambitious, to say the least. She wasn't just looking for another romance movie, she wanted a raw, authentic portrayal of the struggles her characters faced. It Ends With Us tackles hard-hitting issues like domestic violence and the complexity of abusive relationships. Hoover insisted that the film adaptation capture the same level of emotional depth and grit that made the book so powerful. But here's the catch. Hollywood's approach to sensitive topics can often fall short, risking the loss of the novel's original intent. How do you keep the intensity and nuance of a delicate story while transforming it into a visual medium? The risk is enormous. Could the filmmakers truly capture the essence of Hoover's vision, or would they reduce it to a watered-down version for mass consumption? The stakes couldn't be higher, not just for Hoover, but for the millions of fans who saw themselves in the pages of her book. Would the movie do justice to the powerful themes that defined the original story? In today's digital age, the media wields immense power. With a single click, stories can go viral, setting the stage for public opinion to be shaped in minutes. But when it comes to high-profile lawsuits, like the one between Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively, the question arises, is the media acting as a responsible watchdog, or is it merely an instigator? The New York Times' involvement in this controversy has raised eyebrows. Baldoni's lawsuit against the publication claims that their reporting on his relationship with Lively was not only misleading, but potentially damaging to his career. The article that sparked this legal battle painted Baldoni in a negative light, suggesting a history of inappropriate behavior without providing full context or giving Baldoni the chance to defend himself. This omission, Baldoni argues, created an incomplete and skewed narrative, one that could influence public opinion before all the facts were known. But the media's role doesn't stop at merely reporting. It thrives on drama, controversy, and sensationalism. This isn't the first time that a celebrity dispute has been blown out of proportion, and it won't be the last. Stories like these generate clicks, views, and keep readers glued to their screens. The real question is, at what cost? In many cases, the media doesn't just report the facts, it amplifies the conflict. Headlines can be misleading, and the use of sensational language can shape the public's perception of an event before they have a chance to hear all sides. While the New York Times may have had good intentions in its coverage, the impact of its reporting goes beyond a simple news article. It has real consequences for those involved. So, when the lines blur between reporting the truth and creating a spectacle, can the media truly be trusted as a fair and neutral observer? Or is it simply stirring the pot for the sake of entertainment? The answer isn't always clear, and in cases like this one, the damage can be irreparable. In Hollywood, behind the glittering lights and red carpets, there's a darker reality, a power dynamic that often goes unnoticed by the public. The recent legal battle between Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively has thrown the spotlight not just on the stars, but on the complicated structures of power and accountability that govern the entertainment industry. This is where things get tricky. Hollywood thrives on relationships between actors, directors, producers, and executives, but those relationships are often shaped by a complex web of power. Baldoni, a director and producer, holds significant influence in his projects, while Lively, an A-list actress, has her own sphere of influence. The collision of these power dynamics, as we're seeing, can lead to misunderstandings, grievances, and accusations that ultimately affect careers. The question is, when these power structures are challenged, how much of the truth gets lost in the shuffle? At the heart of this lawsuit is a struggle for accountability. Lively claims that Baldoni crossed professional boundaries, but her Her allegations go beyond personal misconduct. They speak to a larger issue that has plagued Hollywood for years: the need for greater transparency and responsibility. Actors and crew members who feel pressured to stay silent for fear of ruining their careers know all too well the dangers of a system that rewards power and punishes those who speak out. But it's not just about one person's experience. It's about the culture at large. In a world where so much of a person's success is tied to the approval of powerful figures, the lines between what's acceptable and what's not can become blurred. As we peel back the layers of this case, we must ask ourselves, is Hollywood ready to hold those in power accountable, or will the system continue to protect the powerful at the expense of others? The stakes are high, and the pressure to change is mounting. This isn't just a legal fight, it's a cultural moment. The "It Ends With Us" controversy exposes cracks in Hollywood's glossy facade, challenging how we approach power, accountability, and truth. As the courtroom drama unfolds, one thing is clear: this is more than a headline. It's a story about people, principles, and the battles that shape them. Will justice prevail, or will this become another unsolved Hollywood mystery? Only time will tell. What do you think? Is the media fueling the fire, or are we just witnessing the unraveling of a deeper issue in the entertainment industry? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your take on this. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a story that gets to the heart of the matter. Until next time, stay informed and keep questioning.